So here, random forest is a popular machine learning algorithm that belongs to the supervised learning technique. It can be used for both type of applications in supervised learning, that is classification and regression problems in machine learning. It is based on concept of ensemble learning. Ensemble learning, suppose we have some data points on dependent variables and independent variables, that is accordingly x-axis and y-axis. Suppose our all data points covers each point of that model, that is known as overfitting. Means our data points are covered more or maximum number of data sets. So here we can say that which is a process of combining multiple classifiers to solve a complex problem and to improve the performance of the model. So random forest is a classifier that contains a number of decision trees on various subsets of the given data set and takes the average of the improve the predictive accuracy of that data set. Here, remember one thing, the greater number of trees in the forest leads to higher accuracy and prevents the problem of overfitting. Here we are taking an example for explanation. We have different type of training sets, test sets. Here you can see training data 1, training data 2 and n number of training data. It can behave like various algorithms. It can be KNN, support vector machine, decision tree, any type of algorithm. Suppose we have similar type of algorithms. In this case, if we use different type of algorithms, then our training data becomes more efficient. But if we take same type of algorithm, then the diversity can be generated. Here by using training data 1, training data 2, we are getting decision tree 1, decision tree 2 and so on, and all the outputs from the various decision trees we are getting, or we are averaging the output to calculate best prediction. Here are some assumptions for random forest. As we know that random forest combines multiple trees to predict the class of the data set, it is possible that some decision trees may predict the correct output while others may not. So for this condition, we need to consider two assumptions. Number one, there should be some actual values in the feature variable of the data set so that the classifier can predict accurate results rather than a guessed result. And the second one is the predictions from each tree must have very low correlations. The question is why we use random forest. Random forest contains less training time as compared to other algorithm. It predicts output with the high accuracy. Even for the large data set, it runs efficiently. The third one is it also maintains accuracy when a large proportion of data is missing. So these are the points to use random forest. How does random forest algorithm work? Here are some steps. Random forest actually divided into two phases. In first phase, we create the random forest by combining n decision trees, and in second phase, we predict the output of each tree that was created in first phase. So the steps are, in our first step, we select random k data points from the training set. In next step, we build the decision trees associated with the selected data points. In step 3, we choose the number n for decision trees that we want to build, and again we repeat step 1 and 2 to create other decision trees, and finally we find for a new data point, find the predictions of each decision tree and assign the new data points to the category that wins the majority votes. So these are the steps to create a random forest. Here we are taking some example. In this example, we have a collection of various fruits. This is behaves like an instance. Now on these instances or on these fruits, we have to categorize or classify our data, as we are providing these type of fruits to different algorithms like tree 1, tree 2, tree n. So these decision trees are calculating by using different algorithms. So after getting the decision tree outputs, suppose we have class A, class A, class B, class C, and so on, and on the majority voting we will finally find the output that will be provided by various trees. Here are some applications of random forest. Random forests can be used for various sectors like banking, medicine, land use, marketing. So there are very few category to define various algorithms, but in case of random forest we use multiple type of algorithms to get a better result. Here are some advantages and disadvantages of random forest algorithm. Advantages can be considered as random forest performance can be considered for both type of problems like classification and regression. It is capable to handle large dimensionality data, large data sets. It increases the accuracy of the model and prevents the overfitting issues. But there are some disadvantages as random forest is not more suitable for regression type problems as our regression based problems are continuous real time data set. So there is a disadvantage of random forest problem. So that was all over about random forest. We learned the random forest methodology, that is the collection of various decision trees. I hope you have already seen my e-lecture on decision tree. Without learning decision tree, you cannot learn random forest problem. Thank you.